And then I think, but yeah, they wouldn't allow us to go seek therapy outside of them. So like we had one session with his grandfather, and it really didn't do shit. Like if we could have like went to therapy outside of us, we might have been able to, outside of the family, we might have been able to get somewhere possibly, but I don't know. It almost seems like they're a bunch of narcissists too. Yeah, because like there was a time that I made friends with a lady in that church, and she opened up about her abuse or whatever, and so then I did about mine, and then I was like talking about some of the abuse that happens to the younger kids, and that they had that my ex-husband's, my first husband's adopted family had adopted. And I wasn't supposed to talk about that because she stopped going to that church because of that. Like, the adopted dad would get too physically violent, too physically abusive to the two younger girls, and I did not like that. Like, it was just, I don't know, I just vented about, like, I told her about it, and then like, I got in trouble for that, because we still lived with, that was the time we still lived with them, right? Because like, when I moved down to, it was in North Carolina, when I moved to be with him, I moved in with him and his parents, his adopted parents, and so, I'm sorry, but I have to get all this out, you know. Just be right back. Anyways, I think it might have been when I still lived with them, but I'm not sure. It doesn't matter that much because it's like they kind of treated me like a child even though I was an adult, and they're all about money, trying to get, oh, you gotta get a better job, blah blah blah, and all this stuff, more money, and just, one time I even had a vision. Well, I saw in my third eye, or I must, like, a vision that I was like surrounded by piles of money, I think, and then they took it as oh, we're gonna get rich, you know. And I'm just like, now I look back and I'm like, that was a sign that I was surrounded by greedy mother. But anyways, yeah, I got in trouble for saying that stuff, and then like I went up, like I was, his adopted mom and dad were like upset at me, like mostly the mom, and she was just like, do you remember? And I couldn't remember because like I was being grilled and I couldn't remember saying anything. Like, but obviously, you know, I didn't mean to. I wasn't trying to slander anybody's name. I was just saying, you know, like, I was just like, I'm not comfortable with this. Like, yeah. Oh my god, yeah. And my first, and my, you know, my husband at the time, my first husband, he also, like, anytime any new girl came to the church, he'd be all over them, like, acting like he was single, and it's just like, I don't know. He also, like, I wanted to wait to sleep with him till we were married, but he pushed it because, you know, he was a virgin. And so, like, I was like, fine, you know. Even though he's the first guy I had the O with, I think that was really because of the medicine that I had been taking. And I was like 18. I was like taking it the later years of my teenage years, and then when I was 18, again, it was Lexapro. Lexapro will kill your drive, make it hard for you to O. I'm just saying. I don't know if anybody knows that, but anyways. So I thought there was something wrong with me, so of course that's when I started exploring myself. I was like 19. And I figured out, oh, there's nothing wrong with me. I didn't do any of that when I was a teenager because, like, I don't know. Probably the meds, and I was afraid. I didn't know anything about it. They had sex ed in school, but they didn't fucking teach shit. Nothing at all. Nothing. So, like, I just didn't know anything about my body. I really didn't. I didn't know what the hell a clit was or anything. Like, I didn't know that's. I just thought that was where you peed out of. Actually, I honestly thought you peed out of the other part. And it's like, see, I didn't know anything. It was bad. Oh, I recently tried to reach out to my foster family, but it's probably just in their other folder and they haven't got back to me. But I don't know. It was kind of like, well, several months ago. Anyways, back to my first marriage, my first husband. So like, they weren't they made us get married fast because they didn't believe in this sex before marriage thing. So they're like, we gotta get married fast. And it's like, oh, why couldn't we just, like, we could have just lived together. It would have been so much easier. We didn't have to worry about that illegal crap. Yeah. Anyways, we got married in March of 2007, and yeah. So then, like, trying to remember, it was during the summer that we moved to the other place, I think, because yeah, there was it was actually during the fall. Yeah, it was fall. Anyways, like, he had promised, when we reconnected and weren't separated anymore after all the him trying to cheat on me or whatever with the girl at work. And he promised he wouldn't talk to her again. And like, sometimes I'd go to his work and visit him or whatever, because I did work, but it was like part-time stuff. And one time I saw him talking to her, the girl, and I got upset and like I reactive abused. I slapped him because I was like, you promised you wouldn't talk to him again. Talk to her again, and like, I don't know. And he ran back in the back, manager, she slapped me, and like, I was banned from that Walmart, because he worked there for a year, and it was fun because I worked at Dollar Tree that was like in the same parking lot, but it was kind of like a strip mall, so it was like far enough away that I could still go over there. But there was a store right next to that Walmart that I wanted to get things from, and I couldn't get them from. I don't know.